Today, folks, in the studio, I got a real treat for you. 22-year-old entrepreneur, Reuben Deleon. What's cracking?
Yes, sir. What's up, Brad? Happy to be here.
Dude, Reuben Deleon's out there hustling. You're 22 years old, and you're already cranking out 6- and 7-figure businesses.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, but why you? Like, what special knowledge you possess here?
You know, that's a good question. I don't think there's anything special about me. Like,
well, sure there is. 22-year-olds ain't making 6- and 7-figure businesses, okay? And they aren't necessarily aware of even cash flow, which right on your shirt says cash flow's king.
Absolutely.
So, dude, you are rare. 22-year-old, already savvy. What made you savvy?
You know what? I think it's because I had nowhere else to go. You know, I started from having nothing, so I just figured, you know, I have to learn something because school was out the option. Me and school we didn't vibe. School wasn't my friend. From first grade up until my first year of college, it was super struggling.
Where'd you grow up, Monrovia?
Yeah, Monrovia, California.
Monrovia. And you struggled in school, huh?
Yeah, horribly.
Now, keep in mind, folks, that was like a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a few years ago, actually.
See, most people that are 22, dude, they don't know shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn. And you really don't know shit either. Neither do I at 52.
No, that's true.
We don't know shit, but we're smart enough to know we don't know shit.
Right.
Which is why we're a little better off than some because, dude, once you start realizing, man, we don't know shit. Like in 20 years, dude, you're going to be smarter than you are today. Would you agree or disagree?
Absolutely, 100%.
Can you imagine, dude, in 20 years, you're 42.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like you're still 10 years younger than me.
There's so much to learn.
Yeah, but 22, bro, I wasn't running around smart. My credit sucked. I made money. I was a hustler.
Right.
But my credit sucked. You know, I couldn't leverage credit.
Absolutely.
You have a business that shows people how to repair credit.
Yeah.
Or you do it for them.
Yeah, so we do it for them.
Or that's one of your businesses. Do
that's one of them.
Do you have investments into property as well?
I don't have investment to properties right now. I'm planning to do that this year.
So you just have ambition still.
Yeah, I'm on the mission still.
Yeah, because like cash flow is king. Why are you wearing that if you don't have any?
Well, I mean, cash flow is king. That's the goal, right?
Do you have cash flow?
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of cash flow you got?
Well, I mean, I have e-commerce platforms, e-commerce stores. That just basically gives me money monthly.
Pays for itself? Or
yeah.
It's all money. Is that
automated.
cash flow? What do you consider cash flow?
I consider cash flow coming in when I'm not working on it.
Period?
Yeah.
So if you're driving traffic to a landing page and it's just all automated,
right,
and it makes, let's say, you know, a return on ad spend of $50,000 a month, that's just cash flow to you?
That's cash flow to me, yeah.
Well, it is cash flow technically, but the cash flow that we're talking about, that OGC talks about,
right,
is that real estate cash flow.
Absolutely.
No real estate yet.
Not yet.
You going out this year and getting some?
Yeah, I think I'm using this year as a big year to stack up my cash.
Yeah.
And so I'm play around with it later.
What kind of car are you rolling in?
I have a Mercedes right now.
Are you running around blowing all the dough, or are you investing it?
I wouldn't say a lot. I have low 6 figures in crypto right now, but
that's good.
Yeah.
You know, I got crypto when it was $600. And
which one? Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the only thing I messed with. Like,
okay. Yeah.
The reason why I didn't get into other crypto is because, dude, I'm just a simple dude.
Right.
I just think like common sense. Now, when everyone else started talking about buy this and buy that and buy this, I get how you can make money on it. But every time I said, well, how do I buy that one? Because it started to be interesting. Ethereum or whatever it's called.
Right.
Guess what they wanted?
What?
Bitcoin. They wanted my Bitcoin. Like, you give me your Bitcoin, I'll give you Ethereum. And I'm like, well, why don't you have Ethereum right now? Why do you want my Bitcoin for it?
Right.
And so I just never got out of Bitcoin. Why?
Yeah.
Because everyone kept wanting that.
Everyone's going back to the Bitcoin.
Yeah, because everyone wanted it.
Right.
Like, hey, how do you get Ripple? Oh, you transfer Bitcoin, they'll give you Ripple. Well, why are they accepting Bitcoin?
Right.
Then? Like, they've got the Ripple. Who wants it? Well, I don't know, but whoever has it wants Bitcoin. They'll trade you.
Right.
Well, that tells me Bitcoin's more valuable.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, so I just kept my Bitcoin. But someone came in here one time. They wanted to do a virtual training system. It was $65,000 to set it up for them. Mm-hmm. They said, will you take Bitcoin? I said, sure, I'll take Bitcoin.
Wow.
So he opened up his wallet. This was when it was $600, and he was telling me it'll be $1,000 soon. And I said, I didn't get Bitcoin, but I said, sure, I'll take it. So he sent me 102 Bitcoin or something.
Really?
I forget what it was.
That's
110 Bitcoin.
It's just been sitting.
No, it was sitting. Well, it got up to like $19,000. So I sold it and found out you couldn't sell it all at once. So I had to sell it, and then it was dropping, and I'm like, oh shit, now it's going to crash. So I sold a bunch more of it like a dumbass.
Right.
I wish I just would have let it sit.
Yeah. That's funny.
But now, I think I have, I don't know, 7 or 8 Bitcoin, but I had hundreds.
Really?
Yeah.
I met with a buddy of mine yesterday for dinner. He has 68,000 Bitcoins. Can you believe that?
No way, dude. That guy's a gazillionaire then.
Yeah, it's like 3.6 billion worth.
Yeah, well,
insane.
If I were him, I'd migrate some of that into other holdings. Only because you never know with that shit. But I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, dude, what are people out there doing? See, it's hard to ask a 22-year-old questions because I already know you don't know half the shit. You haven't lost a business yet. You're just finding success. So did you drop out of high school?
I actually did graduate high school by a thread. I had to go to a continuation school. Like I couldn't graduate from the actual like high school like of the city, like Monrovia High School. Yeah. Like that's like the main high school, but I just couldn't do that because it was too challenging. So they put me in the easier high school where they kind of help you with the tests and they help you pass and help you graduate. So I did graduate from continuation school. Went to college for a year, expecting it to be different. It was Mount Sac. It's in I forgot the city. It's near Monrovia as well though. But I expected college to be a little bit different. Yeah.
Like ball sack?
No, I don't think it's that.
Like it's
it
sack.
might be. It might be that.
Spell it.
It's MTSAC.
Yeah, is it like for SA Sacramento or something?
No, it's actually Mount San Antonio College, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it stands for. But yeah, I went to college for a year and it was horrible. I really tried though. Like people think I don't try. Like, I was going to tutors. I was trying all the different studying techniques and it just never stuck.
You think you got a learning disability?
I think so. We've never really been tested. Like they always wanted to do tests back in like elementary and middle school, but never really just pulled the trigger. Never went through with it.
Dude, tell me about your parents.
So my mom's a dental assistant and dad's not in the picture. So it's only been me, my mom, and my brother.
Where's dad now?
That's basically it. Dad passed away.
Oh, he did? How old were you?
I was in 4th grade.
Were you sad?
I think I was definitely sad.
I mean, like he was around all the time and then he passed away?
Right.
But so you knew him before he passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
But still 4 years old, man. That's a kid.
4th grade.
4th grade.
4th grade, yeah.
And what'd he die from?
It was just a few different things, like just horrible health, smoking, drinking.
Do you think that affected you in a like way that it contributed in a weird way? How tragedy sometimes contributes?
Yeah, in a strange way. I don't think so, really. I don't think it did.
Didn't affect you at all.
Because even before I was still bad at school. So school, like it wasn't that school went downhill from there. School was always downhill. Like it never went up. So yeah, I don't think it really affected me too tragically to where like I allowed it to affect me long term.
Well, that's good. So and then your mom was like not rich?
No, dental assistant. I mean,
how was her credit?
So that's
what made you get into credit?
Yeah, that's a funny story that you bring that up. So I always saw her struggling with credit. So she always had a job. Like I'm not going to say we weren't getting provided for. Like we always had food every day, and we always had a household, somewhere to stay. But I always saw her struggling with credit because when we would move, she'd be getting denied. We live at a Motel 6. We live at my grandma's, my aunt's, all because she couldn't get approved for a spot because of her credit, right? She had, the dental job, but the landlords, they can care less, where you work. If your credit's not going to get approved, then you're not going to get in. So when I saw her struggling with that, I knew that I didn't want to go through that pain of like not being able to do the things that I want to do, especially living somewhere. So when I was 18, I just took it upon myself to just learn credit, learn how it works, make sure I don't go through that problem. And then when I was 20, I had built up around like 100,000 in credit, and I didn't see that as valuable. But other people in business, they saw that as extremely valuable. And then I also started to see that people are struggling with credit. So people who are struggling with credit, they think there's like no hope. They think they're done and they can't get out from it. So I just put the dots together and I built a few businesses through it.
Started showing people how to do it?
Yeah, so I started with actually teaching people how to build their credit. I have a group of students, like 300.
Build from like nothing.
Yeah, build from nothing.
Yeah, because repairing credit and building credit are two different things.
Yeah, two different things. So I started with people, teaching them how to build their credit.
How did you build your credit?
Just a lot of research. I mean, everything's online, but it's just...
Yeah, but you had to do something. It wasn't research that built your credit.
Right. So, I mean, I just got all the right cards, and I would say the best cards
What are the right cards right now?
For me, so it depends on someone's goal. Like for me, I wanted big limits so I can one day when an opportunity is there, I can take action and do something with it. So I want big limits.
And it's cool to have big limits.
Yeah, it's cool to have big limits.
Yeah, it's like that card there's 25 Gs.
Right.
That card there's 10 Gs. That card there's 50 Gs. What's your highest limit card?
Highest is 53 right now.
Who's that through?
Chase business card.
Yeah, see, like how do you get a high credit if somebody's an entrepreneur? Because there's people out there with like decent personal credit and they don't even know how to go get those lines.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely like a struggle for people to figure it out because there's just so much different things they can do, so many banks they can apply for. But like to put it short, the way to get big limits is you have to have a big limit card already. So it's kind of hard to like wrap your head around that. Like Chase won't give you a big limit card if your highest card's $1,000. Like it makes no sense for them to do that. So what I did is I start with cards like Discover and another one's like American Express. Those two are pretty entry-level cards, like an American Express Blue, very entry-level card. But those two cards, you can continuously ask for your card limit to be increased without it being an inquiry. So every 6 months, you ask Discover for an increase. It's going to keep going up and up and up.
Well, see, here's my problem with that because I just want big limits for vanity reasons.
Right.
So like I have some cards with like a $10,000 limit. So I'll call them and I'll say, hey, I need more.
Yeah.
And they say, you aren't using the credit that you have.
Yeah, you have to do that.
And I'm like, well, I know, but like now I got to charge up everything every month. Like I like my cards paid off.
Right.
So it's like I hardly ever use them. And then if I'm going to like charge them up, well, you want me to spend $200,000 a month just to pay them off?
Right.
Like at the end of the day, dude, I don't need the credit. And they know that. So how do you get your credit raised then?
Well, I mean, you have to use it. There's no way around it. You have to use the card. You have to show them that you're utilizing the credit that you currently have.
But that's the thing.
But you don't need to let it sit there. You can pay it off in full. As long as they see transactions, though.
Dude, I don't spend that much money every month.
Well,
like to spend all the money on all the cards that I have every month, it'd be ridiculous.
Right.
Like I'd be having to spend $400,000-$500,000 a month. Now, could I on the business and things? Yes, but I don't.
What kind of limits are you trying to get?
Well, just as big as I can. Like it'd just be cool.
Right.
Like I think the biggest card that I have is the Platinum American Express. I can't get the black for some reason. They haven't invited me.
Oh, the Centurion?
But I got the Platinum and I got a couple of those, but they say that's no limit. But I think there's
a limit. Yeah. You can check your spending power. That limit will increase.
Spending power, according to American Express, is $95,000. Although I've never spent $95,000.
Yeah.
And they know that.
Yeah.
Now for the business, it's like 100 and some thousand because I always put shit on the American Express for business.
Right.
So what's the difference between business and personal?
Well, I mean, business and personal is a huge difference because people need to leverage only the business credit. A lot of people make the problem or make the mistake actually of getting a bunch of personal credit and then they go play with that. They make investments with that. They put that towards their business. But the problem with if they do that is that reports on their personal credit. So if you're utilizing a card and you max it out and then that reports, then the whole card's going to make your credit score drop because your utilization is through the roof. Compared to if you use business credit, you can utilize the entire card. It's not going to affect your credit. So people who are making investments, you have to only use business credit because it's not going to screw up your personal. Like that's like your gem. You can't mess with that. Like you cannot mess up your personal credit. Business credit, obviously you don't want to mess that up as well, but you can always create a new business, right? You can always go and create new EINs, new LLCs, not telling people to go do that, but you know, it's less risk when you put your business credit on the line compared to your personal.
Is business credit harder to get?
I mean, it basically runs off your personal credit because if you have no personal credit, they're most likely not going to give you business credit. So if your personal credit is good, then they will give you business credit. You can even do that on a brand new LLC. Like if you create an LLC today and your personal credit is phenomenal, then they'll give you business credit immediately.
What do you think phenomenal is?
I would say phenomenal is that you have like a few cards. I'd say like 3 cards that are 10K limits and you have a card. All those cards are probably like 4 years old. The age of your credit history is probably the most important part because no bank wants to lend out credit to someone who just started their credit, this year. So that's like a big problem as well because people can't go back in time to start their credit. Like if I talk to people who are making millions of dollars, but they don't have any credit, like they want to like immediately get all these credit lines, but they haven't been building their personal credit. So when they start today, that's like their birthday of like their credit. Like you need to birth that immediately so that can age with you.
And if you're not active, the shit falls off after so long.
Yeah.
Because dude, I used to have bad credit.
Yeah.
Shit, when I was your age, I had bad credit.
Really?
Yeah, because I went and got a card to this clothing store called the Bon Marché. They'd give anyone a credit card.
Right.
Well, I didn't have a job, but they'd give me a credit card and I wanted clothes. So I got the credit card and I bought the clothes just like anybody else would.
Yeah.
It's called a student card.
Right.
Well, now they start sending me, well, you got to pay, $40 towards the close. And I'm like, fuck, I ain't got $40.
Yeah.
So now, bing, I got a freaking.
So all those minimum payments weren't being paid?
They weren't being paid. And then, I'd come up with some money and go pay them, but I was 60 days late, and then 30 days late, then 90 days late, then 30 days late.
Yeah, and collections.
Well, eventually to a
Right.
collection. I don't know if, I eventually paid all of them at some point in time, but I had a couple show up as collection because they were trying to get the money and I didn't have it.
Right.
But I eventually got it and then went and paid them, or told them I ain't paying them until they get that off my credit, which
that's
a
what
lot
you
of
have
them,
to do.
A lot of them did. I'm like, you want the money or not? Because if you're going to ruin my credit, I ain't giving you the money.
Right. That's
You're
smart.
telling everyone I was a scumbag. Well, I'm going to remain a scumbag.
Yeah.
You want me to pay that shit? Then get it off my credit, and they'd agree to do so.
Yeah.
So my credit now is like an 830, but
that's super important, actually. A lot of people don't do that. They'll just pay the collection off. But the problem with that is that if you don't ask for a letter of deletion like you did, then they're going to leave the collection on there. It's just going to be paid off.
And then you're screwed.
Yeah. Because, even though let's say the collection is $1, it's still going to have a negative impact compared to it being $10,000. It has the same impact of hurting your credit.
So if you're going to say I screwed you permanently, well, then I'm going to screw you permanently.
Right.
Don't say he screwed me, but then he made up for it. No, just don't say shit. How about that? How about let's forget all about it and I'll give you your money.
Absolutely. Or you can just hire us and then we'll take the collection off.
There you go.
Yeah.
Where do people hire you, by the way?
So the website's credittransformer.com.
Credit Transformer. Folks, by the way, Reuben Deleon, if you want to find him on social media, at Reuben.Deleon.
I'm trying to make it real simple for people.
What is that? Like a De Leon?
Bro, you know what? So many people ask me that. They say it sounds French or Italian. I'm not really sure. I got to get to the bottom of it.
Because I know a dude named Peter Ponce de Leon.
Oh, really?
Ponce de Leon. That sounds French.
Yeah, that sounds better.
But De Leon is like some sort. You look maybe like some sort of freaking. You could be either Mexican, you could be Arabic.
I got to figure that out as well.
What are you?
I have no idea.
Well,
most of my family's Hispanic, but like if I go farther and look at my grandma's pictures and stuff on her walls, like the family kind of looks Indian. And I gotta
go freaking get
ancestry.com or something.
Exactly.
Because that's a question I get every time I meet someone new. Dude, they ask me, what ethnicity are you?
Go get the test. I forget what the test's called, but the test that's out there that'll tell you you're like freaking 13% Native American Indian from 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, I know, right? Where my tribe comes from.
Exactly. And it's supposedly lineage through the blood.
Right. That's crazy.
It's crazy shit.
Absolutely.
You got your own camera, dude. Why is that?
Yeah, that's my guy. Because, you got to record everything.
Why?
Content is key.
Why?
Because people like to watch. People are on social media not watch other people's lives. They're literally on there for that reason, to watch other people's lives. So if you can just be entertaining and just show what you're doing and be cool at the same time, then people are going to tune in all the time.
What's funny is a lot of people come to me and ask, how do you get around all the cool people? And I'm like, you got to become a cool person. They're like, well, how do I do it? And that's what I say. Hire a dude like that, walk around, make sure you don't try to create shit. Just have them film your shit.
Right.
If you're cool, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's going to capture cool or he's going to capture dipshit.
Yeah.
He's just there to capture.
He's just capturing.
Yeah,
right.
So when I first started, I was like trying to figure out what to make so I didn't look like a dipshit and what do people want to hear, and like it didn't really take off very well. It did all right, but
it looks like it did all right.
Yeah, but my social media and started being able to be leveraged like a true brand or influence.
Right.
When I said, I'm not going to create content. I'm just going to let some dude film what I'm doing.
Right.
Because this is what I'm doing. Like this might end up content.
Yeah.
This is footage. It goes somewhere. There's a team that says, hey, let's go grab some nuggets and put it out on social media.
Right.
So that's what's important, that most people are afraid. They're afraid to make the investment.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's some friends that might do a shit for free. You doing the shit for free?
I'm not doing it for free. This guy's busy.
He says, hell no.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't let him do it for free either.
But at the end of the day.
Because then you can tell if it's going to be free. Like if anyone does anything for free, it's not going to be as good as it could be.
Well, that's not always true, bro. Trust me. But you're probably right in most cases. In other words, if it's free, it's probably not worth it. That's true for the most part, but not always true, dude. There's people that, like, let's say you're Gary V, and he wants to be famous, or he wants to get a big career, and he will go work for Gary for free. He just ain't doing it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
For free. And just because he does it free doesn't make him terrible at it.
Right.
But in most cases, you're right. Free's not worth it. Free usually costs you more than what it would have cost you to hire someone good.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, that's just funny. But most people don't. They're too afraid to make the investment.
Yeah.
To say, hey, come with me. Even like on special occasions, like I'm going to go out tonight with a bunch of people. Hey, grab a camera guy, dude. Film that shit.
Right.
Film the laughs. Film the jokes. Film the freaking the pickups and the put downs and the fights and the drunk bullshit. All of it.
Yeah, you don't got to make anything up either. Just be you.
Dude,
Just
go
doing.
be cool. If you're cool, then go be cool. Or if you're a dick, go be a dick. Or if you're funny, go be funny. But go be you.
Yeah.
And don't worry about
your audience
what other people are going to say.
Right. People will like you. They'll tune in. They'll stay.
There will be people that like you, and there will be people that hate you.
Yeah. If there's no one that hates you, you're not big enough yet.
Well, it's the truth, man. It's like when I think about it, it gets interesting because there's so many people. Number one, afraid to hire the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, wants to control what's getting put out, and so it never hits.
Yeah.
There's no authenticity. No one really likes it.
Right.
So it doesn't go anywhere. Or they're afraid about what everybody's going to say about them.
One.
And so they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You know what? They're afraid of the hate, so they never find the love.
Yeah.
So, again, dude, being young, you're learning the shit pretty good already. Like, I'm trying to figure out how are you learning it?
Yeah.
You sucked in school. Like, what do you got an older brother that mentored you? You got an uncle or something?
Yeah.
Uncle G?
I don't got an Uncle G, no. I got a funny story, though, on how I'm learning everything. So a couple years ago, like, everything was not how it was. I was living on my uncle's couch, actually. Had no job.
I knew there was an uncle somewhere.
Yeah, there was an uncle. Yeah, he helped me. He gave me a couch to live on. He helped me out. But I had just quit my job just because I knew it was taking up my time. I had $1,000 in my account, but I had credit. I built my credit right. So what I did was I found a mentor. I paid him $50,000. Taught me a lot more in credit. Taught me a lot on branding. Taught me a lot of marketing, psychology. And basically, that's how it all took off.
So he taught you how to start the business.
Yeah, taught me how to start the business, the brand, everything.
So again, dude, you're young in your journey, but most people aren't ballsy enough to pay a mentor.
Yeah.
They think it's a scam.
Right.
That's a scam.
Yeah.
Dude, what are you, Ty Lopez? Ty Lopez is a scam. Dude, look at Ty Lopez now.
I know, right? I'm buying fucking brands.
He's not a scam, dude, because number one, I know who he is, and I know him.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but enough to know that dude ain't a scam. Now they say, well, he rented his Lambos.
People would say that can't even rent the Lambo.
Well, first of all, so fucking what, dude?
Right.
I'd rent a Lambo.
Yeah.
It's called lease, bitch, and it's because it's a depreciating item. You lease depreciating items.
Right.
You own appreciating items.
Right.
But the fact that he leased it or purchased it is irrelevant. He wasn't saying, hey, look, I own these free and clear, and you should believe me. All he said was, hey, I'm here in my garage, and he went over and over and over, and all of that was a plan.
Yeah.
Like he was doing lifestyle branding.
Right.
Like that was all a plan, dude.
Right. And he was authentic too.
He wrote the check for that big old house. Well, he rents it. Who cares? I didn't hear him claiming he owned it.
Right.
But he was in it every day.
Yeah.
And masterminds were happening there.
Right.
And it lent to his whole mystique.
Right.
And it lent to the virality of I'm here in my garage. Well, shit, there's Lambos and books. So he did that on purpose, dude.
Yeah. No, I study Thai a lot. I study a lot of people who have done really great things online.
Well, and I know people that have studied Thai shit and went out and actually made 7-8 figures doing Thai shit.
Yeah.
Then they're saying he's a scam. Well,
right.
No, the person that scammed you was the one who bought the course, didn't do anything with it, and then just said it was a scam. Or most people won't do what it takes. Like hiring a mentor for $50K, dude. That's ballsy.
That's real ballsy, and had no money too.
Yeah. So you got closed.
Yeah, I got closed. It took a few calls, but hey, I felt good with it. I said, hey, I'm going to get closed on this guy right now. I'm going to just do it.
Well, I'd have to know more about it, but I have a website coming out called Verified Gurus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
VerifiedGurus.com. In other words, you ask old Brad if they're fucking legit or not, and I'll tell you.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm going to vet these bitches. You know how many gurus there are in the world?
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot of them are full of shit.
I agree.
I'm a vet.
It's really rare to actually find someone who does truly want to help somebody in mentorship. So just that whole occasion, and like, because I think about it all the time. I had just randomly saw one of his Instagram stories, and I just think back, like, damn, like, what if I just didn't go on Instagram that day? What if he just didn't decide to post? Like, my life would be completely different. Like, I always tell people that success and failure are literally next door neighbors. Like you can be struggling one day and then out of nowhere, you know, everything can completely change for you.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
That's the truth. See, again, dude, young buck already getting some wisdom. Now, do you guys know each other or no?
Yeah. So I actually met him through mutual friends. He used to do content for other people as well in the past. And his content looks amazing. If you look at my Instagram, it's all because of this guy.
I'll go check out your Instagram. Is it at Reuben Deleon?
Yeah, that's it.
You know how you pronounce or spell Deleon? With an N.
Most people wouldn't
Deleon.
know. Most people
How do you
wouldn't know
pronounce it?
I just say Deleon. Yeah, same way.
It's all fancy and shit.
Yeah, they gotta throw a little fancy on the
So
end.
you're making all that content? How often do you guys post?
I've been picking up my posting more lately. I've been trying to do at least every day. On the main feed, I post my story. I actually just deleted everything on my story right now because I heard that if you're shadow banned, if you don't post for 2 days, it'll undo it. So I'm just testing it out.
What does that mean? We'll say that again.
If you're shadow banned on Instagram, if you don't post for 2 days, it's supposed to like unshadow ban you.
But why would you shadow ban?
No, you're not. So Instagram will do it for various different reasons. I'm not really sure the entire algorithm of how they shadow ban someone. But it's like when your story views are just getting low. Cause my story views are getting ridiculously low right now. Like it makes no sense. I was getting 10,000 story views. It's gone down to like 5. And it's like, I think it's because I'm shadow banned. So I'm just testing this out to see if it works.
5's still pretty good though.
Yeah.
See, you got to find out. It says you got 337,000 followers.
Right.
Now, most people that know anything think, let's see if those are real.
You gotta check if they're real.
And they click. It's like,
DM everyone.
That's too few comments there. Ooh, 16 comments. It's like, dude, you would think out of 337,000 folks.
Well, some people like my stuff. Some people don't.
Huh?
Check the other posts.
Which one? Hold on.
You got to go through. Some people like one post.
Really, I want to see his work.
Let's see what your.
But I'm also busting your balls on.
Let's see what your comments are, Brad. Let's go check yours out.
Brad, the real Brad.
Let's go check out Brad's comments on his.
You better check that shit out. Are these videos or pictures? But you're a videographer or are you a photographer? Is this you right here?
Yeah, he made that. Look at this one right here. 37.
Yeah, see, these are what I call brand building. They're good.
Yeah. This.
That's right. It's brand building. It's positioning.
37 comments on this post from Brad Lea. Listen to that, guys.
It's quality.
37 comments.
Wait, how long did I post it?
How long ago?
10 minutes ago?
No, that was a long time ago.
Shit.
I scrolled
Which
down.
one are you looking at, fool? Come on.
Let me see.
We're gonna do. Ooh, I finally hit 340.
It's dropping bombs.
I only got 3,000 more followers than y'all.
This advice from Gary Vee changed your life. This one right here.
Which one? Say it again.
It's 2 days ago.
Oh, that's my girl, dude, Christine Beckwith. This is actually dropping bombs. She was just sitting on her own background.
Oh, really?
36 comments. Let's see what they are. 37 now. Now, you'd think...
Clash of the comments.
Look, you'd think that 37 would be not many for 300,000 people.
Right.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always look at that and be like, dude, why is it like if there's 300,000 people following you, why when you drop something, you don't get thousands of comments?
Right. I hear Instagram only shows your posts to actually like 5% of your audience.
That's right.
Yeah.
So like this one has 139, 52,000 views, but it was 2 days ago.
Right.
Now, dude, if you didn't title this right and you didn't do the certain things you needed to do, that might have 5,000 views.
Right.
And what's crazy, dude, is when COVID hit and I started talking about COVID and conspiracy and I ain't taking no fucking shots and fuck you, there's something wrong going on.
Right.
Dude, I went down to almost
no way.
Nothing.
I thought it'd go higher.
So suppression is real.
Right.
No, dude, suppression is real. They will
limit you,
stop you from being seen.
That's crazy.
And that's what people do is they look at these followers and they're like, oh, this guy's 300,000 followers. You might be reaching 3,000 of them.
Yeah.
So when someone says, oh, there's only 37 comments, they might be fake. Well, dude, all 300,000 people do not see every post you post.
Yeah.
I wish that were the case. That's the way it should be, though.
I mean, it's hard for that to
I know, but
actually
if I
have
follow
happened.
you, dude, if I follow you, I'm opting to follow you. Well, I want to see your posts. So
Right.
it should be Instagram's duty to show me your shit.
Yeah.
I've followed you.
I mean, it's hard for Instagram to calculate that, though. Someone follows 5,000 people. That's
you
where
show
it
them all
gets,
their
that's
shit.
where it gets sloppy.
Well, yeah, but dude, if I've elected to follow you,
Yeah, that's true.
then I should be able to follow you.
Right. And at some level, some people, because
They want you to pay.
Yeah, they want you. I think it's because we're business accounts.
And if you right, so if you're paying to boost or you're paying to advertise on any of the platforms, they suppress you.
Right.
So you'll be like, fuck, I gotta get people to see me. And you pay.
You have no other choice.
Yeah, I made a bunch of mistakes in the beginning, dude.
Really?
Like, how'd you learn all that shit?
Instagram?
Yeah.
Just from my
Just doing
mentor.
it?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, even before that, it was just, I was constantly just studying people, trying to see how the hell they were doing this stuff. So I just learned a lot of like psychological triggers, you know, sales through Instagram, not even sales in person, but sales like through your stories. Like, how are you selling people through your stories? Because I see stories as a way of follow-up, because they say, I think it takes 7 touch points of a follow-up to like get someone to close. I believe that's the number. And I see as each story.
When you say they, you mean me, dude. I taught people that.
Yeah, you. I mean you.
That's right.
So I see stories is a touch point. So if you can develop that Instagram post or that Instagram story to psychologically sell them in some way, then that's how you get sales through IG. Because you can follow up with people constantly. If you're posting the right content on your stories and you're posting good shit in the middle, then you're entertaining to watch and people are dying to pay you for something.
They want to buy something from you.
Yeah, they want to buy something.
They want proximity too.
Right.
So like when you do credit repair or credit establishment,
right?
Like what are they buying courses from you or something?
So for credit repair, yeah, it's hands off. They don't do anything at all. We handle everything for them. We send out disputes on their behalf. We fix up their credit.
What's your success rate?
Oh, I mean, it's really difficult to like determine that because everyone's so different. Everyone has such a different credit report. Like,
how do you make money? Like, do I pay you to do that for me?
Yeah.
And what if I pay you a couple $100 and you don't do it?
Well, I mean, if we don't get your result, then I'll give your money back.
Is that a policy you got?
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking, if I'm sitting here listening to this podcast, I'm thinking credit repair. I'm thinking like, if I got shitty credit, I pay him. But there's a bunch of people to pay.
Right.
You know, there's a bunch of companies that do credit repair.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Why would they pick you?
Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of people come from other companies like Lexington Law or like these really big billion-dollar companies. They do credit repair in a way where they're charging people very small a month, like $180 a month or $80 a month, something tiny. But their intention with that is to keep them on for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, because there's no way they're going to clean up your entire credit charging you $89 a month. Like they're not going to do that. Like they have no intention to get you cleaned up quick. For the most part, people don't want to have their credit fixed in 3 years. They want it fixed as fast as possible because they want to get something. So that's where we have like a little bit of leverage, is because we don't work with longevity and keeping them on for a long time. We want to get them in and out as quickly as possible.
What are your secrets?
For credit repair, I mean, the secret is a lot of people don't really know this, is that you can opt out from a lot of data sharing companies. So good example is like Credit Karma. Credit Karma is free. They're making money because they're selling your data to other companies. So there's like hundreds of these companies. So what we do for our clients is we opt them out of data share. So when we're sending in disputes, these companies don't go to these other companies that are sharing their data because they're not anywhere to be found. So it's a lot easier for us to clean up their credit when we have that leverage of opting them out of that data sharing network, basically.
So you develop these just by reading books and studying the industry? Is your mentor in that business?
Yeah. They do $10 million a year in credit repair. So he helped me out a lot.
How come you don't want to? Well, it's not that you don't want to name him. I haven't asked, but what's your mentor's name?
No, his name's Sean Sharma.
Sean Sharma.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of him. I've heard of Rondi Lambeth, though.
I haven't heard of him.
Rondi?
No, who's that?
Well, that's another credit expert dude that I know.
Oh, really?
Like, dude, the guy's really a freaking credit expert, and he was on the show a long time ago.
Right.
And it's like, credit is important, dude.
Mm-hmm.
People need to understand how important credit is. I knew people that would kick my ass, like living wise. Mm-hmm. They had nicer house, nicer cars. Everything was nice.
Right.
Nice boat, nice vacations. Everything was nice. And I didn't. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I didn't realize that they were borrowing. They had credit for all that nice shit.
Right.
And they were just making monthly payments.
Yeah.
Well, I made more than they did, but I didn't have the credit, so I couldn't get the shit unless I had the cash, and I didn't have that much.
Horrible.
So I just had to do without.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, when I started this business, dude, I had to do it all myself.
That's crazy.
Like there was no business credit. I didn't understand credit. Credit's important.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's important for everyone really. And a lot of people don't really realize it until they're getting slapped in the face because they have a problem. So most people, they come to that awareness because they're getting evicted or they can't scale their business goes out because they can't get credit to fund it. And it takes some kind of like life-changing event for them to be like, damn, like, I need to fix my credit or I need to take my credit seriously. And unfortunately at that point, it's probably going to be too late, right? Like if it takes 3 months for us to fix your credit and you don't have any place to live, then, it's out of our hands. We can't fix your credit overnight.
Is that average like 3 months?
Well, I mean, it depends on how someone
You got to
is.
send a few letters,
Yeah,
right?
because I mean, if he has 10 collections, you have 1 collection, obviously yours is going to be cleaned up a little bit quicker.
Depends on from who.
Yeah,
Aren't
and
there
it also
stubborn
depends on
ones?
the bank. Yeah, it also depends on who the collection agency is because they're all going to respond differently. So it's close to impossible to guarantee like how long exactly it's going to take.
Well, I've heard that they're going to change the credit rating.
The credit rating?
You haven't heard that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like government is saying it's racist and prejudiced to do the credit the way they do it.
I was going to take them a long time to undo that.
I know, but they're talking about figuring out a different way to judge somebody's credit.
I did. Didn't Biden say something about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did read that, but I just don't.
And then,
think
like in China, your credit is based on who you hang out with now.
I mean, if they did that,
it's your social credit rating.
the whole mortgage industry is going to go disrupted because there's so much that's attached to credit right now. Like it's going to be very, very hard and long for them to like undo what's already being done within credit.
Well, you would think because like if I'm hanging around all billionaires,
Right.
supposedly,
Yeah.
that's like that should contribute.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are they going to do it, dude?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's really hard unless they like,
People want to know if they're going to get their money back, dude.
or that vaccine's going to do it.
What's the likelihood they're going to get their money back? That is all the credit rating should tell people.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I don't understand. An 850 as high as you can get. Why can't you get 1,000?
Yeah.
Who stopped it at 850?
I know, right? Who made that
And what's
decision?
the algorithm? Do you know?
I mean, the algorithm is a lot of different things. It's like how old your credit is, how many inquiries you have, how many payments you make on time. There's a lot of stuff that gets thrown in there.
At what point does your credit become irrelevant being good? In other words, like 720?
What do you mean irrelevant from being good?
Irrelevant, meaning 720 is going to get you the same programs as a 740.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, the score is a little bit irrelevant because you can also create a fake score. I had one guy, he added, do you know what an authorized user is?
Yeah.
So he added 5 authorized users onto his credit. That's all he had. He had no primary accounts. He had no accounts under his name. He had like an 800 something. He was still getting denied for a credit card because the bank can see that it's all made up. It's all authorized users. That used to work a long time ago, but now the bank can see, okay, you're just adding authorized user accounts. These are not your accounts. They're not going to approve you. So at some level, it really comes to like the score is a little bit irrelevant in general because that person who had a fake 800, the person with a 720 can go out and get 300,000 in credit if his credit is built. Like if he has strong accounts, meaning like accounts that are 4 years old, big limits on those accounts as well, then that's what really determines like if a credit is going to be good or not.
What about income?
Well, believe it or not, some banks, they will check income. Some banks won't. So if you're lucky, and a lot of business cards.
What do you mean? If they check it, you better not lie. Should you lie?
Oh, no, absolutely not. No.
If you lie, dude, you're going to go to jail.
Yeah, of course.
Could. But they don't check it.
They don't check
You know how many
it.
people lie on credit apps? It's ridiculous.
It's crazy, right? I would never do that.
And it'd be very difficult to get caught anyway, unless it's obvious. Like you say you make $600,000 and sign it and the bank gives you the loan and you do not make that, that's bank fraud, dude.
Right.
You go to jail for that.
Absolutely.
Just write the truth.
And some business cards, actually, they ask you your expected revenue for the business.
Okay, well then, hey, I guessed wrong.
If I expect 500,000 this year, then I'm going to put that down.
That's right. And guess what? You can guess wrong.
Right, absolutely.
When they say, what do you expect? Shit, I expect $20 million.
Yeah.
Shit, only 30 grand came in. Yeah. What was I wrong?
Right.
I thought 20 million was heading my way.
I know.
So what is your estimated goals of revenue this year?
Estimated, I want to do at least 3 million profit this year. That's like the goal right now.
Are you going to invest that?
Absolutely. Yeah, and buy multifamilies and properties.
Yeah. Well, dude, cash flow is the key. It's not necessarily just property. That's how Grant does a lot of his, he's mainly in real estate.
Yeah.
He doesn't mess with the stock market and other shit. It's just mainly real estate and his own businesses.
Yeah.
So cash flow to me, if you guys are listening to the audio, he's wearing a shirt that says cash flow is king. cash flow is king. When people say, how much are you worth? They're asking me because, people think I'm worth billions of dollars in this. No, not yet. But they ask me what I'm worth, and I'm like, to me, you're worth what your passive income is.
Right.
Like, let's say you do $10 million and you earned $10 million. You netted $10 million. But your passive income was $10,000.
Right.
That's what you're worth.
Right. Yeah, that's the best way to think about it as well.
If people focus on what they're worth, meaning, listen, when I get this money is just a tool to get more money. The real money. The real money is passive money.
Right.
So this earned money,
It's
that's just more tokens and chips to go get the passive money.
Right.
So you take those tokens and chips and you put them away as fast as you can. So if people were smart, they should live on very little and invest every dime. But again, I'm talking about young people.
Yeah.
I believe in living and having some moderation. Like, dude, you gotta live in a cardboard box and you got $5 million in the bank. You're stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, because that $5 million should be invested and you'd be having cash flow. And then that's the money that you can start to enjoy.
Right. Absolutely.
So if you have $1 million a month coming in, even if you don't work, and you want to buy $1 million worth of shit every month and blow it, do it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's going to continue to come in.
Right.
That's what you're worth.
Yeah.
So that's the whole goal.
Yeah, it's super key too. If you said keeping your expenses low, I think even people who are just getting out of school, like they immediately think it's like normal to go out and get an apartment, even if they just have like a 9-to-5 job and they're not even making much money. If they're left with $100 in their head, that makes sense because they think they need to go out and get an apartment just because they're a certain age, right? But they're just setting themselves up for failure because they're trying to put on this image of like, I made it, I have my own apartment, or whatever it is that their goal is, right? So keeping expenses low is something that I always did. Even to this day, my expenses are less than like $4,000 a month, and I don't really want to increase them at all.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's not really necessary.
I know, but see, most youngsters like yourself they're not that smart. They'll go out and blow it.
Right.
I me included, I had the fancy shit.
Yeah.
Ferraris and I still do, but at the end of the day, it's rare that someone young realizes there's nothing, because no one cares, dude.
Yeah, no one does care.
You'll spend 10 years spending millions of dollars to impress all your friends, and in 10 years, half of them won't be there. The other half don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And you're out $10 million, so you'd look cool, feel cool.
Yeah.
When in reality, that $10 million invested.
Right.
And now it's producing 10% even annually.
Yeah, then blow that.
When you can do monthly, usually. Right. But 10% annually on $10 million, that's $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Coming in. That's decent. That's real money. That's comfortable money.
Absolutely.
If you can't live on $1 million a year, dude, you got a big issue.
Yeah.
Big issue. $1 million a year, dude, you could live a life of dreams.
Absolutely. I agree.
People are like, oh no, you can't have a private jet. Well, first of all, yeah, you could, just not every day.
Yeah.
Number two, dude, I said comfortable. I didn't say freaking extravagant.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say
flying first class with $1 million a year. I promise you that.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I don't do anything. I've flown private. I do the first class, but I actually do all first class. It's all for free.
Do you bring him?
I actually have taken him all first class with me.
That makes it a write-off.
I took him first class with me. Yeah.
That's a business.
Well, I use points. I use credit card points.
Oh yeah, you're probably one of them point dudes.
I'm a point guy. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another dude on Instagram. I don't know what he's doing. He's selling shell companies and teaching people how to buy old companies that have existed with massive credit lines.
I mean, that's good until you buy a company that has bad debt on it.
Or you buy a company, you whack up the credit and then dump it because, hey, it's just company credit.
Yeah.
And then someone looks at that as some sort of scam.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. All I know is he's making tons of dough selling how to get the points. That's all he's teaching is like, how do you go get the points where you're flying free and doing all this shit free?
Right.
I damn near want to buy his freaking training. It's
I mean, there's a lot of things you could do to get the points.
How do you get points to where you just get free flights all over the place?
Well, I mean, a lot of people just don't really realize that you can get sign-up bonuses on cars multiple times.
I know, but how many cars do you want?
Well, how many flights do you want?
So
the more cars you get, you gotta get a bunch of sign-up bonuses, and then you just have a bunch of points.
Your credit will get affected if you're not actively using all the cards.
If you spend $1 a month, it's gonna be completely fine.
I know somebody that had a like $20,000 limit, and they lowered it
because he wasn't using it.
Yeah. They said, hey, we're gonna lower your credit. He goes, why? You obviously don't need it. You have never used it.
Right.
The card at all.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't use it at all, that's when it's a problem.
What are some of the things you do to auto whack the card little amounts so you can make sure they don't get too out of hand?
When you say too out of hand, do you mean like?
Well, you get in a credit card trap, dude. You're fucked.
Yeah,
I call a credit card
trap. It just takes a lot of discipline.
Well, what I call a credit card trap is, you ever see these people where their minimum monthly payments on all the debt they owe is more than they have?
Yeah,
they're screwed.
That's when it's a huge problem. Yeah,
and or even if they have it, but that's all they have.
Yeah, or they got to go out and get like a cash advance to pay that.
They'll never. Well, why? The interest rate's probably the same anyway. But
yeah, well, they don't realize that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, dude, the payment they're making to keep the credit good is taking all their extra money.
Yeah. And
now they're just screwed because they will pay that forever because the balances aren't coming down. You're paying interest with those minimum payments.
Right.
So those if you're making minimum payments, dude, they got you in the trap.
Yeah.
You have to pay them off, which is why I always pay my shit off.
Yeah.
Because, dude, one time or two, I've gotten in the trap where it's like, once I started getting good credit, it was like, I think I had 75 grand on credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I'll pay that later. Let me just make the minimums and the minimums and the minimums. And pretty soon the minimums were a lot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get out of debt.
Right.
Because I was just paying the minimums and it was all the money I had. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Dude.
Yeah.
Like this is a problem.
Yeah.
So as soon as I had a big chunk of money, I call it just lump sum money, I just paid those bitches off. And I said, I'm not charging those back up again because, dude, your personal credit, I think, is massively important.
Right. Absolutely.
It makes a difference between, I think, in some cases, success and failure.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know people who have gone out of business and gone bankrupt because they can't scale their business or because they'll get like enough credit, but then they use it wrong. So there's two sides of the spectrum. Like credit can either be like a godsend or it can either take you out completely.
Yeah, you need credit.
Yeah.
And you need to protect it. If someone's listening, they're like, Brad, what would you do? You know, I'd call you or someone to fix my credit.
Mm-hmm.
And I would educate like you did for myself while I was doing it.
Right.
And I would do everything I could to keep my personal credit A-rated.
Right, absolutely.
Because I also think that's your reputation.
Yeah.
And if it's not right now, it clearly is financially. But I think your reputation eventually will be that as well.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you don't pay people back, how many people need to be screwed by you before everyone says, fuck this dude?
Yeah, you know, it's funny when my sales guys are on calls with like people who are interested in credit repair and they say like, oh, this is a scam. What we do is we like nonchalantly say like, hey, like, you know, you didn't pay these companies back. You're kind of scammed these. You kind of scammed Chase over here. You kind of scammed Citi. You didn't pay them back. Like we're actually going to help you here. And then it kind of makes them laugh and it actually like closes them, that little punchline. But what you said about education, that's honestly super important because a lot of people just aren't educated on credit from the start. That's where the problem starts, is that they go through all these years of school and then what did they talk about credit? So people assume credit is just something they're going to get and spend and that they don't have to pay it back or they can pay it back whenever they want. And then minimum payments like just stack up. And eventually, because I've been at that stage as well. And when I had a 9-to-5 job, like it's really hard to pull yourself out from that when you're only making $600 every 2 weeks or whatever it is, it's your job. And then your minimum payments are like $400 at the end of the month and you're left with like $200 or something. Like that's when a big problem does occur. And to get back to your question, how I kind of like manage all that is I constantly am logging into all my things just to see the balances and pay things off. Like I just paid off $20,000 yesterday and it was going to be due tomorrow. I had the minimum payment, like auto pay and all that. But if you don't have that paid off, then yeah, that interest is going to smack you.
Dude, dropping bombs with Reuben Deleon. If you guys ain't following him, go to @Reuben.Deleon on Instagram. And get your credit done. You know, get your credit right. What it is, creditisfreedom.co. That's your website?
So that's that's the education platform.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I teach people how to build their credit.
What is it on? Some Kajabi shit or something?
It's on some teachable shit.
Dude, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You got to get on LightSpeed, dude.
Well, I got 300 students and they're happy with it.
Dude, your students don't know fucking their ass from the hole in the ground. Like, dude, videos don't train people. What are they, just videos? Or are they interactive? They're not interactive.
Yeah, no, they're just videos.
You don't have exercise. You don't have testing. You don't have leaderboards. You don't have engagement. You don't have open forums.
I have successful
students. You don't
students.
have live casts.
I got successful students, though.
Well, that's because, dude, it ain't rocket science fixing your credit. However,
it is hard, though.
It ain't rocket science. Fixing your credit ain't rocket science. It's consistent knowledge applied.
Okay. I agree with
Agree?
that. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That's right. So dude, it ain't rocket science, but the reason why I bust your balls is because when you're training people, like you don't have to train people to fix their credit. You show people how to fix their credit.
Right.
But when you're training people like sales, skills, abilities, and you have to train them, you need good content, repetition, practice, and accountability.
Right.
So in your case, Teachable probably work just as easy, but I'll show you how to generate more revenue from your same customers. Why? Because the 300 students, number one, why only 300? You don't know how to get fucking 3,000?
Well, damn. I gotta build that up now.
Well, I do know how to get 3,000, and I know how to get 30,000. Why is that? Well, because I've been doing it since you were shitting in your diaper. So at the end of the day, I help Grant Cardone. All these people do millions a month. I have a lot of connections. I've mastered it.
Yeah.
So you'd be on LightSpeed because we rev share on LightSpeed.
Okay, cool.
And I take a piece from my niece.
Right.
A fraction of the action, a tad because I'm Brad. But in reality, I take a piece because I'm showing you how to make it, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, you're letting 300 people watch videos. You didn't ask them any questions, and you didn't make any offers, did you?
Right. Correct.
Did you?
Nope.
So what'd they buy?
They just bought that.
They bought nothing because you didn't ask.
Okay.
You didn't know to ask, apparently.
Right.
Thinkific or whoever you're using. Who was it, Teachable?
Yeah, Teachable.
Yeah, Teachable don't give a shit because they don't rev share. They didn't tell you to do it, did they?
No.
You don't have interactivity. You can't ask questions. You can't adapt the content. You don't have leaderboards. It's not
Well, they
as
can
engaging.
ask questions.
Huh?
They can ask questions. There's a group chat for
So,
support.
is there a forum in there now? Did they build a forum?
Oh, no, I separately. It's on Telegram.
Oh, see, that ain't the same. We're talking about Teachable, dude. When they're on Teachable, they can't ask questions,
Okay.
right?
Right.
But you're saying you do let them, like on a Facebook group.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so again, that's starting to now combine different technologies to help the job.
Mm-hmm.
And again, fortunately, you're talking about credit. Like, it's not rocket science. But if and when you want to learn how to get, number one, more than 300 of them,
Mm-hmm.
like shit, you might get 300 just being on this podcast.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so when you want to learn how to get more of them,
Uh-huh.
and you want to learn how to make interactive content that's more engaging,
Yeah.
and it adapts to the user, and then you want to leverage interactive content on your landing pages so you don't have dick funnels, you actually have click funnels.
You're right.
You know why I call them dick funnels?
What is that?
Well, because they don't make dick. So there's a lot of people that think, oh, your click funnels, you'll get rich. Look, click funnels a great tool to quickly make a landing page,
Mm-hmm.
right? Without a bunch of programming.
Right.
But if the copy's wrong and the offer's wrong, you're not going to make any money just because it's a damn click funnel.
Right.
So there's a lot of people out there with false, beliefs that, online marketing will make you rich. Well, yeah, if you know what you're doing, if you have a good copywriter, if you have good content. Now, Teachable is a great solution, by the way, if you're just hosting shit. Like in your case, you just need a place to host videos.
Yeah.
It does great for that.
Right.
Teachable, Kajabi. People are always like, why do you always name your competitors? I'm like, number one, they're not competitors. Number two, because, dude, whatever somebody needs and I can help them do, go do. But when I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, I'll show you how to turn that into 10 times the revenue you're doing currently.
Right. Okay.
And if I did that, then I take a little slice
Yeah, sounds like a good deal to me.
because I'm nice.
Mm-hmm.
A little piece for my niece.
Okay. You hear that, guys? Brad Lea just sold me live on his show,
Sold
dropping
you,
bombs.
closed you,
Closed me
my,
live.
My job is always easy. You know why? Because I use logic. If I showed you how to make $1 million, would you give me a piece?
Yeah, I think I would do that.
See, that's why I'm in business, because
Right.
it's an easy no-brainer.
Yeah.
Just people aren't aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are using Teachable, Thinkific, these other programs. They're letting people host videos, and they're just basically selling access to videos.
Right.
But that's not training, dude.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Training is more than that. Training is good content, repetition, practice, and accountability.
Right.
So I'll help you with that. But anyway, dude, I'm glad you popped in here. Where do you live full time?
Right now, Orange County, but I might be moving to Miami. It's the second spot.
Dude, Miami's popping right now.
Yeah, it is popping.
Now, you got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
So you're locked down right now.
Yeah, I'm locked down.
Dude, hopefully you marry her and it's the one forever and ever. But if it's not, dude, 22 years old, trust me, you got a freaking bunch of fun ahead of you.
Yeah, I agree.
How old are you? Yeah, so you guys are just starting to live, dog. And in 20 years from now, you're going to look back and be like, whew, that was a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Dude, younger people are so much smarter than we were as young
Think so?
people. Oh yeah. It's accessibility, it's technology, it's you know, a lot of things, but
Yeah, a lot of opportunities.
Well, no, they're just smarter than we were. We were out freaking playing with like sticks and pine cone fights and stupid shit. We didn't have, you know, access
Right.
to the information. I didn't even know to get the information.
Right.
Matter of fact, I ran from the information. If you told me I had to go to school, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was cool having you. What if you could tell the bomb squad anything? What would it be?
Well, I mean, if you're listening to this right now, you have no credit. I mean, it's just important that you start today, because when you want to start, if you have no credit but you need it at that time, it's going to be literally impossible for you to do anything, because you need to have history. That's the most important thing, and that's the number one reason why people can't qualify for things when they come to me. Like, they can't get loans, they can't get funding, they can't get the house or mortgage or car or whatever it is because they have no credit history. And there's nothing I can do at that point, because I can't go back in time and give you a credit card 2 years ago. So that's the most important thing I need anybody to do.
Folks, go follow this cat at Reuben.Deleon on social media. Sign up for his mentorship program, get your credit fixed. And as always, keep it real in the field.
Dropping bombs with the Real Brad Lea. Subscribe now.